small, it's simple, it's just a penny, right? But what if I told you that this single coin, a 1971 Lincoln cent, could be worth $5,000, $50,000, or even more? What if I told you this coin might be hiding in your own home, unnoticed, while collectors around the world are ready to pay life-changing amounts for it? Welcome to Coin Capital, where coins aren't just money, they're history, legacy, and sometimes, surprisingly, fortune. And today we uncover the truth, the value, and the incredible stories behind the 1971 Lincoln cent. Let's begin. A coin of American spirit. In the grand history of American coinage, the Lincoln cent holds a special place. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, this coin quickly became a symbol of national pride. By 1971, the Lincoln cent had already been in circulation for over 60 years. But that year's coin, the 1971 Lincoln cent, is more than just another issue. It was born in a time of political change, social evolution, and economic uncertainty. From everyday markets to military bases, from rural farms to bustling cities, this tiny copper coin changed hands millions of times, quietly collecting history. But unknown to many, some of these coins were born with errors. Some were perfectly preserved, and some became extremely rare. And those few, they are now worth thousands or even millions of dollars. Design, material, and appearance. Before we dive into market value, let's understand what makes the 1971 Lincoln cent unique. Designer, Victor David Brenner. Obverse, Abraham Lincoln's profile facing right reverse. The Lincoln Memorial material, 95% copper, 5% zinc weight, 3.11 grams. Diameter 19 millimeters. Color reddish copper when new, now often seen in brown or red-brown due to oxidation. 3 mints produced this coin. Philadelphia, no mint mark Denver. D, mint mark San Francisco. S, mint mark, proof coins only. While billions were made, only a tiny fraction are now worth serious money. So what sets them apart? Let's talk about value. The real value of the 1971 Lincoln cent. 70% of our story begins here. Let's get one thing straight, right from the beginning. Not every 1971 penny is valuable, but some of them? Some are financial gold mines. Let's explore how a 1-cent coin turned into a $25,000 collectible, and in certain conditions, a potential $1 million prize. 1. The 1971 double die obverse, DDO, up to 30,000 plus. This is the most famous and most valuable variety. In the 1971 double die obverse, there is visible doubling in the words, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and even the date. Collectors love dramatic doubling, and this one is spectacular. A graded MS-65 red DDO sold for $25,000. Other examples in slightly lower grades have still reached $12,000 to $18,000. A verified specimen in pristine condition was valued at over $30,000 in a private sale. If you find one of these in a coin roll, old collection, or change jar, you may be holding tens of thousands of dollars in your palm. 2. 1971 S-proof Lincoln cent. A mirror worth thousands. The San Francisco Mint produced proof coins, which were made for collectors. They weren't circulated, and they often have a mirror-like shine with frosted details. Now here's the kicker. A 1971 S-proof penny-graded PR70 Deep Cameo, the absolute highest grade possible, sold for $7,637 at auction. Collectors are now offering $9,000 to $10,000 for examples in perfect condition. Even PR69 DCAM coins fetch $2,000 to $4,000, depending on market conditions. And since these coins were never meant to be used, many have been preserved well, but only a few receive perfect grading. 3. Rare mint errors. Hidden gold and mistakes. Mint errors make coins truly unique, and the 1971 Lincoln cent has a long list of valuable errors. Here are a few real-world examples. Off-center strike, 20 to 60%. A 1971 penny struck 40% off-center, still showing the full date, sold for $2,100. A more dramatic 60% off-center coin went for $3,700. Double strike, a coin struck twice by the die, overlapping design, was sold for $3,500. Capped die 1. Lincoln cent struck through a capped die, causing extreme distortion, fetched $6,000 at a Florida coin show. Clipped planche, a 1,971 penny, with a large crescent-shaped clip sold at auction for $4,100. These errors are easy to miss, but to collectors, they're irreplaceable. 4. Graded regular strike coins, big money in perfect condition. Even without errors, a regular 1971 cent, if kept in mint state 66 plus or higher, is worth serious money. MS 66 red, valued between $600 to $1,000. MS 67 red, up to $3,000. MS 67 plus red, valued at $5,000 to $7,000 depending on eye appeal. If MS 68 red ever appears, extremely rare, it could break $10,000. Collectors fight hard at auctions to own high-grade examples, especially copper coins, which are notoriously hard to preserve. 5. Why values are rising. The collector boom. Why are 1971 pennies now hitting $10,000, $30,000, or more? The answer is simple. Copper coins are aging. Perfect ones are harder to find. More people are collecting coins due to social media and YouTube. Awareness of rare varieties and errors is growing fast. Auction houses like Heritage and Stack's Bowers report record-breaking coin sales every year. And with demand rising, even minor errors are now selling in the $1,000 to $2,000 range. 6. Can the 1971 Lincoln cent be worth $1 million? Let's talk about the big one. No, there is no confirmed $1 million sale yet. But imagine this. A 1971 Lincoln cent with a dramatic double denomination error struck on a dime planche. Perfect MS-70 or PR-70 condition, certified by PCGS or NGC, sold at a global auction house. Could it break the $1 million barrier? Absolutely, especially when you consider the 1943 bronze cent sold for $1.7 million, the 1794 flowing hair dollar sold for over $10 million. In numismatics, records are made to be broken, and the right 1971 Lincoln cent could be next. What to look for? Your treasure hunt starts now. Examine all your old pennies, especially 1971. Look for doubling in the letters and numbers. Check for mint marks, especially San Francisco S. Examine for weird shapes, clips, or off-center strikes. Consider sending promising coins to PCGS or NGC for grading. And remember, value is in the details. A tiny difference can mean thousands of dollars. Emotional and historic value. But beyond the money, this coin tells a story. A coin that once bought gum or candy in 1971 might have been passed by a mother to her child, or flipped for luck by a soldier returning from war, or dropped in a jar by a tired worker after a long day. And now, 50-plus years later, it could be worth more than a year's salary. It could help someone pay for education, or medical bills, or maybe, just maybe, change a life. That's the emotional magic of coins. They're more than metal. They're time capsules. Final words, your call to action. So now we ask you, do you have a 1971 Lincoln cent? Go check. Search your drawers, your jars, your childhood albums. Because you might just be holding $1,000, $10,000, or even $1 million coin. And don't forget to subscribe to Coin Capital, where every coin has a story, and every story might just lead to treasure. Until next time, stay curious, stay collecting, stay legendary. This is Coin Capital.